and welcome back to the For the Badge podcast. There's been a lot of crazy action in the Premier League this weekend, and I guess no better place to start than Chelsea Football Club. But before you do that, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, get the notification bell on, and here we go. Chelsea have won 3 games in a row. They
It's
scored
amazing.
3 goals.
It's amazing.
They could
Magical.
have had more in this game.
They
They
really
should have
could have.
had more in this
Is this
game.
Did we slip into an alternate dimension? What's going on here, guys? And you were value for the win too.
Yeah.
No, we looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looked good. Ben Chilwell scoring early really gave us kind of the momentum we needed, the solidification, because that's what we've been missing early in these games. We've been missing the conversion of these opportunities, which then when we get the opportunities early, we don't convert. You see the morale start to get low and low and low, and then we give up a goal, just like we did in this game. You give up an early goal like that, and you don't convert in that 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 chances you had in the early game. Now you're down 1-0 instead of level when you know we're notorious for leaking a goal. So we've been really, I think that kind of gave us the leg up. And then Kai, I'd like to see a little bit of fire in him, maybe the kick to the chest. You know, it felt like he had to say something about it, and he did. It was beautiful, nice little, just quality finish, and that's what we've been looking for. Did really well holding.
One thing that I thought was interesting, a real interesting point talking about Kai getting Sparta kicked. 3-4 weeks ago, no one on the squad would have been like, okay, he's down, whatever, let's go get some water. But he gets kicked, and 3-4 guys come running over to defend their boy. It looks like a team again. You got people coming over being like, hey, it's like when Granit Xhaka would run over for no reason and come in and punch somebody just because somebody's gotten close to another one of his players' face last season. He'd run over and stab someone.
Right, the
and
enforcement.
get red carded off.
Yeah.
But that kind of fire is good to see when your boy gets this is Sparta kicked.
And I thought maybe that, yeah, I thought Wout probably should have been out of the game earlier than that anyway. I thought a few of their players got really lucky. They kind of had this approach after we scored the first one, which was, it was very Aston Villa-esque. It was just a lot of chopping, it was, like I said, there was a lot of tomfoolery this weekend in a lot of these games where it just looked like some of them got out of hand, and this is a prime example of them. But not to take away from any of the guys, they played really well. I thought the lineup was decent, is what I kind of expected coming after the 3 games that we've had. Cucurella is really kind of finding his own with Fofana. I think that with Fofana being back there, he's looked a lot different, and I don't know where to pin it, but he's not looking so timid.
You're not relying on him to go forward.
But again, exactly. But you did say exactly last week, they're not relying on him to go forward and be uncomfortable, so he can sit back and make those quick dashes and then fall back instead of getting caught so far up. And Potter's learning this and learning how to play these guys. I still would love anyone else to take the helm of this club, but when you're winning games and you're getting points and you have a momentum and you have a way forward, again, I'll see you out to the end of the season, which is what I think the owners are going to do. But by no means, I don't think he should be governing this club because, again,
oh my goodness. There's something missing from your hat.
No, it's not.
Oh, I was about to say, have you been turned? Oh my goodness. The different hat? Yeah.
Different hat.
I was about to say, something's happened. He's become a fan. But no.
Yeah, I still have it. Yeah, so it's all good. No, I still have the Potter out. No, that's not coming off till my man leaves. I'm going to always be on the Potter out bus. He can win the Champions League. I'm still going to be. No, I'd still be Potter out.
I don't know, man.
Chile hits a banger of a goal. Enzo played really well. Mudryk, I thought, got lost a little bit, but he's out of form. He hasn't been playing. I don't know why, but Kai's just proven.
I thought he was decent when he came up.
I thought he was, like I said, I thought he was decent, but he's not. I feel bad for him. It
Thanks for
feels
stuff.
like he just keeps hitting these missed opportunities, and I like to see the fire and the gusto. But to my point was, yeah, Havertz is really kind of again. I'd like to see him take. I like seeing him not take as many opportunities when he's this good at holding the ball up and really fulfilling that role for us. I don't know why he hasn't been doing it sooner. He really kind of displayed that in this game. Yes, we have to be up a goal in order for him to do it. Other people have to be taking the opportunities, which I think he's seeing that other people will. Like Enzo's not scared to shoot. Felix isn't scared to shoot at all. Even Mudryk, she's not scared to make the run and shoot. So I like I said, I really kind of feel like he's reverting back into this playmaking role, which is where we need Kai as well, and it kind of showcased this game. But again, in my point, I don't understand how Brendan Rodgers has a job after this one. He's
Yeah,
1 point out of the relegation battle. Did I read that right?
the weekly segment. Oh yeah, they've dropped.
Yeah.
They've dropped in.
Yeah.
I think one thing, and Patrick, you'll probably be able to correct me if I'm wrong, but one thing that I think has really steadied the ship has been the consistency from Chilwell, the
Yes.
consistency from Kovacic, and the
Yep.
consistency from Fofana in the last 3 games has helped.
Yeah, Fafana's been fantastic.
Fantastic. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, the
100%.
two what Fafana playing allows is Koulibaly not to be caught on the counter and not to be like Koulibaly should never play left center back or right center back. He should always be the center.
Koulibaly should just be dead center. Yeah.
You know, and if he is, then you get what you expected out of him. If he isn't, then he looks like he has no business playing at this level. You know, so having Fafana is massive. It also allows Enzo and Kova to play that pivot a little bit more aggressively, it seems. Because they're not as worried about getting caught out because they've got two guys that are just absolutely just doing their thing on defense in Fafana and Cuckoo.
Right.
So it allows a little bit more free flow and play. And, we talked about when Arsenal signed Georgie, it was going to be interesting to see what kind of Georgie they got because the Georgie he was at Chelsea recently was one who got caught out, who got ran by, and I think that if he had this defensive setup, he might have been a little bit better than he was before he left.
Yeah, the support system. Jorginho needs the support system that we could not offer while we had him,
Right.
barring everything that had happened since I would say maybe after Champions League. Losing Antonio Rudiger completely changed how we had to use Jorginho. And we didn't realize what we were losing until it was completely gone, which is what we bought Fofana to do, is to fill that Rudiger role.
Mm-hmm.
That was the mindset behind buying Fofana and bringing him into the club. But again, I'm not taking anything away from Antonio. You can't replace Antonio Rudiger.
Oh, no.
I understand he wanted out of the club. There wasn't like a moment of, oh, why do you let him leave? He wanted to go to Madrid. That's been, that's a player's ambition. That's where he wanted to go. Can't keep him where he doesn't want to play. He won the Champions League with us. He did everything he had to with us. He's like, all right, I'm going to go to Spain. How do you tell him no?
Right.
That's what we brought Fofana in for, and Jorginho just didn't have that support system whenever Fofana went down super early in the season. We just didn't have the support for him anymore, which then made Jorginho make these push and pull runs, which Jake would always attest to this as well. He looked lost doing so. And he doesn't have to do that at Arsenal.
That'll still happen sometimes when we get caught on the break.
Yeah.
But do you think that there is a bit of a pragmatism coming through in some of these situations? Like your first win of this 3-game run was we scored a goal and we sit back and we sit back and we sit back and we sit back and we soak and we soak. Looking at these statistics, kind of looks like even though you won 3-1 and it looks comfortable and they got a red card at the end, Y'all had less shots on goal. Possession was 48-52. Y'all were offsides 4 times. It all points to, again,
How does
this
Brendan
game
Rodgers have a
being
job?
on, you sat back a little bit more and a little bit more.
Well, kind of going back to my pet peeve with teams inviting pressure, that's exactly what happened after the first goal. One, Leicester really started to bring it. But two, it felt like we were just going to try to hit him on the counter, which I understand. You had Mudryk up top. So,
Right.
of course, you want to hit someone on the counter. But we did feel a little bit closed in the back. I mean, nothing to take away from their goal, but the reason why they get that goal is because Felix is dribbling the ball right outside the box, and he's got 3 guys around him.
It's the same way Enzo gave up his goal.
Yeah,
It's losing the ball right there, right at the beginning of the transition, and all the momentum's now shifted towards heading this way. And when you lose the ball right there, it's a dagger. You can't recover from that. And if someone's got a cannon or any kind of placement,
yeah.
even my man stepped too. There was nothing he could do. Again, it's just the momentum. Like you're exactly right, Patrick. You lost the ball right there.
Yeah. And it's because we invited all that pressure and we sat back so deep.
Yep.
And I don't know, was the third goal on like a counter? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like Kai, he was pretty wide open when he was bringing it in.
No, the second goal was Havertz. The Kovacic goal was a nice pass from Enzo. It was like a chip from Enzo over the back line. And somehow
okay.
Kovo was the only
over to Kai, and then Kai crossed it over to
second
Mudryk, and then Mudryk headed it to Kova. Which Kova doesn't score anything other than a spectacular goal. So
Yeah.
just the nature.
Crazy side scissor kick volley.
Yeah. But I think some of the I don't want to say the pressure's off because it's not, but I do think that there is some form of organization happening. I feel like there's some gelling of the team now. And a lot of it's because we got people healthy. I mean, if you think about it.
Oh, yeah.
We were having to dispatch Cuckoo as pretty much a wingback. And if it wasn't him, we would do Lewis Hall.
Or play Raheem Sterling at left back. We tried that.
I mean,
That was never fun.
I mean, you can see what Chilwell brings to the team. And he's always been that way. No matter the formation, he's always been that way.
I have loved Ben Chilwell since he came on late last season. Like, since he was finally healthy. And I like the way he plays.
Yeah.
I mean, we gave up Marcus Alonso for Ben Chilwell. Like, that was the replacement for Marcus. That was some big shoes to fill. And when he's healthy,
he maintain the consistency.
I would love to see it, but
as far as because the people that have influenced this resurgence, Chilwell, Kovacic, Fofana, do you think they keep this up? Because that's exactly the problem we had with them. The few games before we knew it was there. We've seen it,
right?
But they just weren't bringing it week in and week out.
Well, I think also another thing to kind of keep in mind is we're going to get Reece back soon. So maybe Reece takes on some of that pressure, because if you think about it, Reece was doing exactly what Chilwell was. He was doing that last year. That was and early this year even, until he got injured.
So what, you think Reece is going to play where Ruben does? He takes Ruben Loftus-Cheek. That's the only one. That's the only person I'd sit. I mean, other than Cucurella, but
he's the one. He's like the weak link in that.
I hate Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I don't know why he starts. I'd rather see Connor. I would rather see Conor Gallagher start than Ruben Loftus-Cheek or Chalobah.
Gallagher came in at halftime.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Gallagher is.
He came on for Felix, didn't he?
He's not necessarily a
Right,
starter
he
either,
wasn't
but
healthy.
no, he's
But
just not really a
Loftus-Cheek had a
starter.
decent game.
He did a good job linking the midfield to the back. I will say that.
Even though
I
he's
never
not,
have good things to say about
he's
Ruben
not a
Loftus.
wingback by any
Yeah, he's not a wingback at all.
No.
But I do think,
Good.
you have those two kind of bombing down the center or down the wings. They'll take some pressure off of Ben for sure.
But looking at the other side of it, you're right, man. How does Rogers still have a job? That's 5 straight losses in all competition.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
That's including a loss to Blackburn Rovers.
I thought they were going to show up against us. I really did. I thought that they were going to show up against us because he had lost so many. So it's like, hey, I'm on the line. Hey, I'm on the chopping block. But they came out and played us again. Yeah, the scoreline really doesn't show, but it's horrible. Their form is horrible. Leicester are really under the bread.
It's crazy they can't score with the talent they have up top. And then you look at the goal they scored. Like, how are y'all not doing that more often? It's baffling to me. And then you have Feist is like you don't know who he is. You have no clue who does he play week in, week out? Is he great? Is he a good defender? And then all of a sudden he scores 2 of the best goals you've ever seen. Against who was that where he got the 2 own goals? And Leicester lost the game off the back of his own goals.
No.
Is that Liverpool?
I think so, yeah.
And then he comes on and gets not a good red card. I mean, there's never a good red card to take, but both these yellows were not good. I think both of them were orange cards, to be honest. He's been decent for them, but he's suspect sometimes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, I was going to say this about Leicester. I think that they've got some talent. This is a perfect example of what's wrong with Leicester. So your boy Madison has a great cross into the box. I mean, great. This sucker, Kepa had no chance at it because it had so much pace. And they have a guy on the back post, and he heads it. Literally, if he just let it hit his head, it would have been a goal. He heads it, and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah. It's Romelu Lukaku style. Yeah.
He had probably a quarter of the goal wide open to him. Nobody was there.
Blast it.
It was a great cross. I thought it was very good cross.
Yeah, they're slipping this season, and the way this season is going, could be anybody.
How do you go from winning the league to in 6 years relegated?
Battling relegation again.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good.
But I definitely think that it should give Chelsea fans going forward some faith, some hope.
It was a great week.
That must get a shout out, I think, is Kepa. He's
played well
dramatically in the last few games for sure.
And it's been a great week for the table for us. We probably couldn't have asked for it to go any better for us this weekend if we're going to try to get back into this thing. And I think fifth is doable. I really do.
That is.
I think
right now that's 7 points.
I think fifth is doable.
Yeah, but Newcastle are back to winning ways.
Their game, no.
Liverpool, but
come on now. They played Wolves and they played both of them teams. Wolves should have won that game.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But I mean, Brighton right ahead of you, Fulham right ahead of you, Brentford right ahead of you. It's tough in there. It's tough out here, man. It ain't easy, as they say.
I think fifth is doable. I do. I really do.
Well, you can definitely hear the hope these days. Potter's your man, X.
No. I think if he doesn't get fifth, he's definitely fired.
Oh my goodness. But I definitely think you were right when you said earlier that this little run here has probably gained him the rest of the season.
Yep.
You know, as much as you want him out.
I mean, I'd rather see it. I mean, ultimately, I love the club. I want to see us do well.
Do you
Like-
think there's a world where he has enough success by the end of the season to stay on?
If we hit top 4, we hit top 4. If he manages that and the table works out for us, and he gets to stay, he'll stay
That would
until.
be
next season.
phenomenal. That would
Oh,
be
and
spectacular.
especially if we make a deep run in the Champions League. Say we get an easy draw. We play Milan again. You know, I mean, I want the rematch. I really do. I think that was a great set of group stage matches. The first one got robbed from us. The second one wasn't as good because Tomori
Given
wasn't
to
playing.
you.
Yeah, the first one was. I mean, yeah, he fouled Mel, but it's not. I mean, it was a PK, but it's not how you want to see the game go at all. I would love to see Milan again. I think we can handle Milan. I think it'd be a great matchup in the Champions League again. But it's always good to see your boy Frenchie GQ, Olivier Giroud. You know,
Of course.
shout out. But
Man.
I think if he makes a deep run in the Champions League, Potter gets to stay until next season, until he can show that the wheels really came off. And it's just, to me, it's just unacceptable still. I don't like the way he plays his team. I don't like him himself. I don't like him in press conferences. He's just not my
But
type of
you
manager.
like victories.
Oh yeah, like I said, I love the club. I'm never gonna be like, oh yeah, I hate winning. Oh, I don't want to contend for trophies.
The wins.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of liking wins, hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Get the notification bell on. We got plenty more Potter in videos coming. I mean,
No, we do
plenty
not.
more Chelsea segments coming at you.